Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating heaven on earth, people, and the way that I do it, number one, is that I'm helping people to realize that the Spirit of God lives inside of them by realizing that what they consider their soul is God, and therefore you are God. I'm also creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is for you to overcome your limiting thoughts. I think this is a great topic to cover, man, because I don't care if a person is homeless or you can be Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? Is that you can only go as far as the ideas and what you are willing to think of. You know what I'm saying? As high as you think is as high as you can ever go. You know, and it's like I really want you to be very conscious of your thoughts, man, because if you really take the time, you realize that we all have, people, I'm no exception here, we all have a lot of limiting thoughts. Self-talk, I know I've gotten better at that, but as far as your thoughts go, because you got to realize, people, thought move at the speed of light. You're having the average person think about 50,000 to 100, 10,000 to 50,000 plus thoughts every single day. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how many of those thoughts are negative, or how many of those thoughts are disempowering? You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't know, though, until you really become more and more aware of that. So it's that I want you to be more aware of your thoughts, at least to see, is it negative or positive? Let's start there, you know? And then obviously once you get aware to that, then you can change it from negative thoughts into positive ones, right? And it's like, even if you are thinking positive thoughts, it's like, okay, how high is that thought? You know what I'm saying? Are you making goals based on what you think you can do? Or are you setting goals based on what you want and really and truly desire? You know, it's like you have to expand yourself, man. And the way you expand yourself is really going into the unknown, you know? And it's like right now, I'll give you an example, people. It's like with this new journey, you know what I'm saying, of really operating from the 5D dimension, you know, that quantum leap that I've done plenty of quantum leaping, but really the 5D world, because that's where I live right now. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, spiritually, and I'm really elevating my body to get there so I can manifest those 5D goals in my 3D world. Now, I say all that to say, man, is that in order for that to happen, it's like in this 3D world, we're restricted to our physical senses. You know what I'm saying? Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, you know, whatever the 5 senses are. It's like you're limited to that, man. And it's like, it's easier said than done to go from that way of being to really living in the higher frequency where you're just visualizing the life you want that is not yet physically manifested. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in order for you to maintain that frequency, though, is that, again, it's unknown. You have never lived it physically, but you're there in the spiritual realm. So it's like, okay, you got to keep pushing and exploring that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I want you to realize that because you are the Spirit of God, then you have his abilities. You have his ability to create, and you're infinite, man. You have infinite tap to knowledge. You know, I mean, like, I don't read books for these stuff, people. Like, this knowledge is downloaded. Like, I just get them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you have that same ability and potential also. I just want you to stop limiting yourself, man, and realize that literally infinite is the limit. There's none. You know what I'm saying? And again, keep in mind what I said, people, is that I don't care if it's somebody that's homeless to the richest man there is right now in this 3D world, Elon Musk, is that, you know, there's limitations there. And I want you to work on you know, transforming your mind, man, renewing your mind to remove the blockage and limitations, man, you know? And it's like, what I realized too, people, is that as you really push to change your life, like to go from breaking the whole bad habits that you have into adapting the new habits, which you know is going to help you to manifest the life you want. It's like, it's like, man, it's like a battle sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the old way of being, the fear, because you're trying to change. It's like it's attacking you, man. It's like it's trying to punk you or something, a gangster, coming back on you. And it's like you have to really that's why it's so important to have faith, though, man, because it's like what takes me through the transitions and the change that I need to make is really and truly just having faith that everything will always work itself out. And I want you to adapt that belief for yourself, because if you really genuinely believe that, then it will alleviate a lot of the anxiety of what's to come, especially again as you keep on exploring the unknown, because again, you have never been here. You don't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? That means anything can happen. So it's like, instead of the natural reaction, which is to expect the worst to happen, I want you to really start training your mind to expect the best to happen. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, even if the worst happens, it's like, so what? At least you tried, man. And then all you do is pick yourself back up and go ahead and try again, But I really and truly want you to make the transition, man, of being the old way of being into being the new way of being. Like, hold that higher frequency, people. The vision that God have given you, that this is your purpose for being here. I want you to challenge yourself, man, to hold that vision right there. Hold that, people, because that is indeed your portion, man. And it's like, I want you to realize that where the work comes in, and this is where people give up, is that it's so tempting to go back to what you're used to, people. And I want you to challenge yourself to and make a conscious, intentional decision that you're never going back, man. You're never going back to what you've had. You know where that leads. It's not what you want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to consistently challenge yourself that you're going to own this new way of being, and you're going to continue to keep on pushing forward, even though it's painful, even though it's scary, even though you might be humiliated, man, and embarrassed at times, you know what I'm saying? Because you will fail along the way, people, but fail forward. Learn something. You're going to make mistakes. That's okay. Understand that that's part of the process, man. There's no success without failure. There's no winning without losing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to embrace the duality of life and remove the fear from that, to realize that it's okay, that whatever the outcome is, you are okay with it, man, because at the end of the day, you're really winning, because you never give up. You keep on going, man. You know what I'm saying? But I really and truly, though, people, want you, the way this all starts, though, is that you must start realizing and identifying your limiting thoughts and your limiting beliefs, man, because we have a lot more than you think, people. You know what I'm saying? And as enlightened as I think I am, I'm always catching myself with limiting thoughts and working on changing those, man, because that's the only way, people, you're going to manifest the life you want, man. That 5D dimensional vision that God have given you in the spiritual realm, is that the only way you're going to manifest it is that you can't be the same. You have to be of a renewed mind. And in order to be that, people, is that you have to be the change, man. You have to challenge yourself. You have to do the work that is necessary, people. Like, nobody ain't gonna do it for you, man. You have to do the work for yourself, man. You have to develop the courage. It's not that I'm not scared to go in the unknown. Of course I am, plenty of times. But that's where courage comes in, people. You move forward in spite of the fear. And what you realize is that God and the universe reward people that are bold, man, that really move forward in spite of the fear, man. Those people will always win in the end, man, because they have that's how you become unstoppable, people. Is that if you never choose to give up, then how can you ever lose? You're always going to be smarter, and in the end, you always will win. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, that's really and truly the message, man. Get conscious to your limiting thoughts and beliefs and change them, people. And work on that every single day, to always choose to see the positives and expect the positive outcomes versus the negative ones. New segment I'm adapting starting today, people. Just like I talk about the Caribbean and Africa, is that I'm gonna be talking about, as a matter of fact, the way I launched this off is that, shout out to my co-creators, man, of heaven and earth, because people, that's what you're becoming for me. You're not just growth partner anymore. You're not just my millionaire growth partners. You are also my co-creators of heaven and earth, people. And the way we're going to do this, man, is that when you understand that everything is energy, then what you realize is that not only is it my vision to really create heaven and earth, is that I know there's a lot of people out there that would love to see that manifested. And you can do your part in that. The way you can do your part, people, is you can pray about it, because as you're speaking, what you're doing is you're prophesying, people. You're prophesying the things you'd like to see. Whatever your vision of heaven and earth is, people, I want you to pray about that on a daily basis, man. Make a commitment to do that, And if you're doing that, and then next thing you know, we got millions of people doing that, where we're all speaking positivity into this world, then what we're doing is we're raising the consciousness and the energy to a higher energy and frequency for the entire world, people. You know what I'm saying? And that is extremely powerful, man, because then we can make changes like this, because low frequency is where we at right now, and that's why there's so much chaos around the world. But as we elevate the consciousness of this world, and as we elevate, just the energy to a higher frequency in this world, then we're able to attract the things that come with high frequency. Just prosperity, happiness, love, compassion for others. These are all things that we're going to be developing, people. And like I said, every single day moving forward, I'll be shouting out my co-creators, man, of heaven and earth, man. And we'll talk about different things that we can adapt and do that will help us to really bring that forward. For right now, for today, the topic and subject really and truly is prayer. I want you to pray, people. I want you to pray for this world. I want you to pray and declare, prophesy what you would like to see in this new world that we are creating, the new heaven and earth that we are creating right here, Anyways, man, shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who is the mother of this world. Shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide, man. Today, people, is election day in Jamaica, and I've been following this for the last few weeks, for a couple months, watching the different campaign trail and so forth, but really mostly the JLP, because I really know and believe that Andrew Holness is the person that can really help us within the next 5 years to bring Jamaica to where I see it, man, where we are a first world country within the next 5 years, people. I know we can do that under his leadership. And I really hope and pray that people, as they go out there, they don't get caught up in like the sports rivalry of things, and really realize that these are their lives that they're playing with, and their generations' lives, their kids' lives, and for generations to come. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope that as people go out there to vote today, they stop looking at party lines and really focus on what's best for Jamaica, what is in the best interest of Jamaica, not just for right now, but for the years and decades and centuries to come. Who is the best aligned to make that happen? I already know the answer to that, people. You got to figure that out for yourself, man. It ain't that hard, though. All you got to do is look at the accomplishments that this man have accomplished within the last 10 to 15 years, whenever he took office first time. But my point is, for at least the last decade. You know what I'm saying? Just to rattle a few, getting rid of our debt from 144 of GDP to less than 70%. Getting rid of that, from us being, like a really struggling economy with high unemployment to one of the lowest that we've ever had. The man that's bringing about doubling minimum wage right now to go from $16,000 to $32,000. Like, people don't take these things for granted, man, because the same way that God is blessing you with this, you make the wrong choice, you can literally snatch that stuff away. All the progress that we've made over the last 10 years can go back to nothing. Don't take my word for it. Do your research. In the last however many PMP that we have had in power, look at the economy and see how they did with the economy. I can tell you, people, I ain't gonna say crash and burn, but it ain't nothing to brag about. You know what I'm saying? The JLP right now is making Jamaicans around the world extremely proud. And Your Holiness and his administration is doing an amazing job. And I really hope that as you go out there today, people, and you go to the polls, you keep this thing in mind, because, you know, it's the future that's to come, man. There's so much amazing things that he don't talk about, you know what I'm saying, that I watch and see and know that's going on in the background, you know. And it's like, it's nothing but amazing things to come, people, as long as we stay the course. And I'm praying today that as this election wraps up, that we can move forward into tomorrow with the progress that we're making versus going backwards, people. Like, why would you want to delay your progress for another 5 years, man? Or not even delay it. It's like going backwards, you know, reverting and losing all the gains we've made. So anyways, I've said my piece on that, man. Listen to me. United we stand, people. Divided we fall, man. Let's always choose to stand united. Let's always choose to inspire and motivate each other, empower each other, you know, and show each other love and compassion, man. My declarations over your life, people. Number one is that you are a millionaire. You are married to the person of your dreams. You have amazing health, people, and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that you really heed this message today about removing your limiting thoughts, and especially your self-talk, if you got that too. But really heed these messages, man. Every day I come on here, people, these are divine messages, man, that if you adapt them, will definitely transform your life. And I hope that you're doing that, people. Get busy doing the work every single day, man. Don't talk about trying to have a great life. Get busy doing the work that will manifest that. Taking action, people. Blessings on to y'all and y'all family, man. We'll talk tomorrow.